Hey, I'm back. So yesterday, I actually got a lot of feedback, a lot of positive feedback, a lot of questions asked about the video I made about, the traditional running shoe and what we've been running in over the years, and maybe some people saying, Coach, maybe I should be looking at some different products and what I should do. So in the next couple of days, I think I'll make some, and you have to do it with my hands. Over the next couple of days, I think that I'll make some videos doing a little bit of comparison with some of the shoes, so you can see that there really isn't a lot of difference. I once had a rep tell me that, any running shoe store can survive with pretty much 5 SKUs on their wall. The problem is we have all these shoes on our wall to make it look like we stay in business. When the bottom line is most shoes are the same, some worse than others, unfortunately, but most shoes are the same. Now, let me give you a great example and some of the differences. So here's a very traditional, lightweight, supposedly everyday trainer, the Saucony Kinvara. Very, very lightweight shoe, weighs in at about 6.5 ounces, somewhere around there. 4 millimeter drop. Saucony likes to use fancy words like Everrun in their shoe. We put Everrun in our shoe now. And basically all that is an added layer of cushioning in the heel, which leads me to question, well, why are you putting an added layer of cushioning in the heel if in fact we don't want people running on their heels? Maybe we should worry about putting a little bit of an added layer in the midfoot and the forefoot to get the cushioning there, rather than back here where we don't want people to run anyway, especially if they're running in this shoe. Because if they're running in this shoe and they're a heel striker, trust me, the weakness with this shoe is it's going to break down very, very quickly. It's going to break down very, very quickly for most people anyway. If you're a 125-pound person and you have the absolute perfect running form, and when I say the absolute perfect running form, you're on and off the ground like this, not dragging your foot across the ground or striking with your foot up in the air like that, you might get 300 miles out of this shoe. And the reason is because of all the exposed EVA on this shoe. The EVA is ethyl vinyl acetate. This is the cushioning system. They're all company shoes, no matter what they name it. It's ethyl vinyl acetate. And the reason why some shoes are softer than others, it's the amount of air that's really in the ethyl vinyl acetate. So you take this shoe, and because of all this exposed EVA, if I put a guy my size in this shoe, I could probably use this shoe to race in, and that's it, because I would destroy the outer cushioning of this shoe and the outer sole of the shoe very, very quickly, because I'm just too heavy for this shoe. So again, it's great lightweight shoe, great go-fast shoe, great everyday trainer for a very lightweight and efficient person, but because of the EVA on the outsole, it's going to break down. If you look at the Salming, which I believe I talked about before, this shoe is basically a shoe that was designed by Newton, and they've taken the lugs off the bottom. Now, if I compare the Salming to the Kinvara, let me show you why I feel this is a better shoe. First of all, the outer sole of this shoe is going to break down very, very quickly. Toe box is a little bit narrow in the Kinvara. 6.6 ounces, 6.3 ounces. So same lightweight. Cushioning system in this is very, very good. Their offset is a 5 millimeter offset, so it has a very, very nice outsole. Here's where the advantage comes with this shoe if you want a lightweight, everyday neutral trainer. The outer sole. As you can see, all of the strike areas in the outer sole are protected with a much more dense material, a carbon material, so the shoe is going to last longer. So I've actually been training in this shoe, and at 165, 170 pounds, whatever I happen to be going that day, I can run in this shoe without any problems, and I'm not breaking it down on the outer sole area. The midsole is dense enough that it's supporting my weight. I'm a very efficient runner. I'm on and off my midfoot, and as you can tell, as a midfoot striker, right in through here, I have all the material that I need to make this shoe last. That's why I like this shoe more than the Kinvara. It also has a very round toe box. And you can actually see, if I step back here, I'm in this shoe today. I like this shoe. It's an alternative shoe. It's not a name brand shoe. Hasn't been out there for everyone to see. But let me tell you, this is probably, in my opinion, right now, one of the top 2 lightweight, everyday training shoes on the market. The Salming Distance D5. 6.3 ounces, wider toe box than the Kinvara, much better outer sole, so you're going to get your standard 500 miles out of this shoe. Cushioning, maybe not quite as cushy as the Kinvara, but we definitely don't need. The Kinvara's issue is that when I hit the ground, I sink into that midsole. Sinking into the midsole of the shoe, talking fast today, sinking into the midsole of that shoe actually causes a secondary impact that can have a negative effect on your joints. So you don't want to sink into that. That doesn't happen in this shoe as well. So when I compare big name brand, new name brand, what do I see? Two shoes, very, very similar, 6.3 ounces, 6.6 ounces. Wider toe box, denser outer sole to make the shoe last longer. This shoe breaks down very quickly. I like this. It's going to be on my shelf. The other third lightweight training shoe we'll look at today is the Clayton by Hoka. Hoka is taking the running world by storm. Why? Because of the great cushioning in the shoe. Now, if you look at the Hoka Clayton, this is a little bit different than some of their other products. It doesn't have the big midsole of cushioning like you see. It's a very cushioned shoe. It's a very cushioned shoe product. Most of the cushioning, unfortunately, is back here in the heel and not in the forefoot. But it does give a great forefoot ride. It's a 3 millimeter offset shoe. Weighs in a little bit heavier than the other two at about 8 ounces. Can it be an everyday trainer? Again, if you're very efficient, yes. The nice thing about the Clayton is, believe it or not, it's a bit of a stability shoe. You can see it's got a wide platform on it. So it's offering a mild stability for that person who likes that mild stability. It's also not very flexible. As you can see, I cannot bend the midsole of this shoe. If you're coming back from plantar fasciitis, I talked about this yesterday, that can be a key ingredient to helping. That stiff outer sole that doesn't bend so you're not stretching that tendon on a regular basis. So, 3 shoes. Which 2 do I like on my wall? I gotta tell you, Kinvara has been out, is going out. Soundbing is in because I love this shoe. Clayton is in. I've been putting some miles in this shoe as well, and I really, really like it for a lot of reasons. One of those reasons is stability. Again, a very wide toe box, and as you all know, I'm really big on toe boxes. Let's take a quick look and compare a couple of trail shoes. One popular trail shoe, again, a new kid on the block. Because what I'm trying to do is really reinforce that some of these new kids on the block are as good, if not better. So this is the Saucony Peregrine. This is a lightweight trail shoe. Primarily good on, those trails that aren't too rugged, aren't too gnarly. Really good lightweight, go fast trail shoe. Nice grip on the bottom, right? Nice and flexible. So in the forefoot, it's got a rock plate in the forefoot to protect from stones. If you're a midfoot striker. If you're a heel striker, which most trail runners aren't and should not be, the shoe is a little bit kind of flexy in the midsole, so there's not a lot of stability midfoot in this shoe, although it's a nice shoe. Me, I bring in the Saucony T3. If you look at this shoe from the bottom, it's almost identical to the Peregrine if you look at the bottom. Flexibility, same thing. It's got the good forefoot flexibility for when you're on the trail. Again, rock plate in the forefoot. What I like more about this shoe is it's a little bit more stable in the midfoot. You're not going to get as much roll in your midfoot when you're out there on the trail. So again, I look at 2 products, old guard, new guard. This shoe's nice. This shoe's just a little bit better because of the added stability. Weight-wise, they come in about the same. Offset-wise, they come in about the same. So not a lot of difference. So when you're out there shopping and you're looking for shoes, say to the guy, what do you have new with some different technology that might fit my foot? And most of all, make sure he's fitting your foot. I reposted some videos because some people said to me, geez, Coach, how do I know if I'm in the right shoe? My guy at the shoe store never does this to me. They're always telling me this. Follow these videos and you can send them to me. I can send 4 pictures to me. I jump up here if you can see me. You can stay here with your knees straight, barefoot, bend your knees like that so I can see how those knees are tracking. Do that in your current running shoe. Do that barefoot. Today's a short day, by the way, in Portland. Do that bend like that. I can check out how your knees are tracking, how your hips are looking. You can do a video like I put up there like the girl did for me before. You can email those to me. I'm more than happy to take a look at those. Tell you what kind of foot shape you have. Tell you what's going on. Tell you what shoe I would recommend for you. And then you can do as you please. As always, be healthy, train smart, have fun. This is the coach coming to you from East Wind Running Company. Have a great day. It's 80 degrees in Portland today. Oops. See if I can get this to finish.